issues that are very important to my constituents. Mr. Ramaswamy was in my district a few weeks ago at a property that would have been impacted by that pipeline, and I think the carbon capture pipeline project, maybe more than anything else, is going to determine a lot for the future of Iowa, for the future of our industry, for the future of property rights and our agriculture. So I've been very appreciative of that stance. But really, you put in the work, and it's been noticed, and just being really unafraid. And I think the weaponization of federal law enforcement is also the most important issue. And I think you've been knocking that out of the park for a few weeks straight now. And I could go on and on about all the wonderful things you've done over the course of the campaign, but I don't know if that's what I'm supposed to do or not.
Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, but I stand around here and ask you questions too. But I appreciate it, man.
Sure.
The support means a lot. And I want to say a word about the carbon capture pipeline. We're actually doing an event tomorrow at the state capitol with the Free Soil Project. Steve King will be there. We share our similar view on this issue with. I'm proud to have Steve King's endorsement. I'm proud to have Representative Shipley's endorsement. And I think it's the people who actually stand for the Constitution whose endorsements I've actually been reporting. It's not just a maximizing numbers game, but it's those who actually share a constitutionalist conservative view. And I think that I'd rather stand for what's right and even lose an election, if that's what it comes to, than to win by playing some fake game of political snakes and ladders. That being said, I think we're going to deliver a major surprise, not a small surprise, a major surprise. And I was somewhat a combination of amused and offended when I read the story out of the Iowa Standard that laid out, I thought it was some good journalism, of somebody getting a poll, which was an AP and Fox poll, or was it?
Correct, yeah.
It was Associated Press and Fox News joint poll that purposefully is literally, you have voters proactively asking about my name when they're not mentioned according to this reporting. And they'll hear from anyone from Asa Hutchinson, Donald Trump, to Nikki Haley, to Ron DeSantis, but exclude me. That's purposefully trying to, I think, and has successfully sullied the waters of a small set of people who are actually polled, but has really deceived the general public about what's about to happen here in Iowa. And the sad part is, the mainstream media, you all, latch onto that narrative in deciding what you foist onto your viewers and deciding who they should or shouldn't support, because I fall outside of that Overton window. But you know what? The people aren't going to be duped. I don't think the people of Iowa, the caucus goers, are sheep. I think that we're going to see a major surprise on January 15th. And I expect accountability for the very people who have not only manufactured those polls, but have relied on them, systematically excluded certain of the polls that were done in an artificial and devious way to try to foist a narrative ahead of this race. Shame on the media for doing that. But I think that we're going to see a massive surprise, and I will invite all of you to our press gaggle that night, and I'm going to ask you to explain why the heck your organizations were systematically trying to count me out of an election when the people of this country, you see roomfuls like this one, are going to deliver a major surprise that night. So I'll look forward to that on Monday, but in the meantime, I can take some questions later.
Yesterday